What is this?
E5? What is this? Yo, look at Hikaru's face.
Rook E8. Rook E8. He wins. Magnus wins. How did he do that?
I was gonna ask the same question.
Magnus has lost his queen, but he's still fighting.
Fabi wants more.
He wants more. He's playing for the win. No safe squares for Magnus's king.
You have to go on to the c-file.
You have to step forward. You have to run forward with the white king.
But I think it's losing. You go up to c7, it goes diagonally. The black queen steps up one square to a7 with check. And I think it's an mating net. The rook will slide over at the end. I think that Magnus is about to get checkmated.
And Magnus, he slows down, but he's got 6 seconds to decide now. The rook can go on to the c-file and win the queen.
He gives up his queen, Magnus Carlsen. Surely Fabiano's going to take it. But look at the white pawn. The remaining white pawn is so far advanced. Still not over yet. Magnus has lost his queen, but he's still fighting.
He's fighting because it's all relying on these two pawns moving ahead. And Fabiano Caruana on seconds. Can he convert this with just 4 seconds on the clock?
I think he made those quick moves to gain the increment. Reminder to everybody, 3 seconds added every single move you make. So a quick check, go block that pawn, and then push your own pawns. Fabi can win this game. Even if he loses queen for those 2 pawns, then he can push the pawns of his own. A rook can't stop, but he gave it away with check.
Wow, he just blundered the pawn with check. He should have pushed the other one, the G pawn. Wrong choice there, and Magnus is alive. Look at those white pawns, paralyzing the black queen.
And this can be scary for black because now the queen can't move anywhere with the check without allowing the d pawn to promote. And Magnus does he have enough to hold this?
Well, the problem for Magnus is that g-pawn will be a decoy. So it has to sacrifice itself. The rook on d3 can't move because the d7 pawn in front of the queen will be captured. Both sides, they're struggling a bit here. Fabi doesn't know where to go, but now it's winning for Magnus. He brings his rook all the way down.
Rook e8?
He chooses the wrong square. He trapped his own queen.
And it's handshakes. Magnus Carlsen does the unbelievable. He wins down a queen.
Wow, miracles do happen. That was crazy stuff, and we will break it down in more detail later. Magnus Carlsen, on the brink of defeat, turns it around and wins.
Unbelievable turnaround. Fabiano completely outplayed Magnus Carlsen, but by Fabi's own words, Magnus is so resilient that you may get a winning position, but actually securing the full point, super difficult.
I want to attack White's king. White's king is on f2. The queens are on the board. How can black put pressure on the h4 pawn or the d4 pawn, but make the king uncomfortable? That's got to be done.
Yeah, no, for sure. The bishop is on attack here, and Hikaru's going to have to make a tough decision. Do you go to h2? Well, then there might be moves like queen e7, targeting the pawn on h4 and the e3 square. Well, you cannot go to d2, that hangs d4. You can go to e3, but then I think queen e7 is even better. So
yes.
Hikaru going in the tank here, and he comes up with bishop h2, but it's a tough position. He's
Queen
still
h4
finding the
check.
best moves.
So what do you do after queen takes h4 and then what? Queen g5? Would you say, or something? Queen takes h4.
There's
and queen
bishop
g5.
c7 and rook h5, which still looks quite acceptable for white.
Sorry, queen. Yes, yeah, rook h5, and then you just keep the rook there.
Yeah, exactly. So queen e3, I like this better, king f1. Maybe just knight f6, attack the bishop on g4. You could take in like rook e4. That looks. He takes on d4. Wait, but now take and like bishop g1. There's knight g3. But maybe
Knight g3, king g2.
Hikaru takes. This is so annoying. You feel like you're winning, but you're not. Like you have to go queen e2 here. Takes knight g3 to keep an edge in the endgame. That's all you get.
Oh yeah, queen e2, knight g3. Yeah.
Because after knight g3, king g2, you actually lose. Because the knight's under attack, your queen as well. So, but queen e2 is pretty findable. Because you might see knight g3, king g2, queen e2. Then there's king takes g3. But you can revert the move order.
Queen e2 is an easy move to find, but psychologically, kind of disappointed. And he doesn't see it. You're
no,
not
but now
looking
it's
to
just
bail
gone.
out.
Queen takes d4. Check,
Can
king
you just-
h3.
Can you just take
And
the
there's
bishop
nothing?
here? Can we just do...
king h3 and there's nothing. Like,
Yeah.
you don't make this up. It's so
But
frustrating.
that's a little poor on Yu Yangi's half. Like this was all something he could have calculated, and he had to have told himself like, I cannot play this. Like this is not. Is this checkmate? Check.
You're gonna have to go
You're
rook
gonna lose
e6
everything.
Well, but if you do take everything, maybe black's got some sort of perpetual, so you gotta be a little bit careful. This game is not over yet, by the way, but yeah, he spent like half a minute there, so I'm a little bit surprised that he did not find queen e2 followed by knight g3. Okay, rook h3. but
a funny
Hikaru
position
is
for
going to
sure.
be up a rook here. It's a bit much.
You can't go rook g8 because of queen a8 check, taking up the rook. No, I mean, white
And he's
white
gonna
is
lose some
winning
time.
here. Unless you're getting mated. This is a big win.
Play with 1 second. Okay, now, okay, makes another move with a second, but something like queen d4, and there we go. Hikaru just finishes it off very cleanly, and this is over.
That's
Rook g3
nice.
and resigns. Yeah.
It's so easy to blunder something here for either side. For a second, I forgot the queen was hanging, and I was going to propose bishop takes h6. Vidit could even play king h7 here. That sounds like a brazen move, but it's actually totally sensible. The king is very safe on h7. There's no sacrifices on g6. That doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. And Magnus's initiative, his short-lived initiative, completely fizzles out. He has to acquiesce to the trade. And Robert, he can't even take the bishop anymore. That ship has sailed. He might have to play queen takes d4 and allow bishop takes f7, or take the knight on f6, and that theater near you is going to feature, I think, the move d3, very likely.
Great call by you. Even better play by Vidit, playing king to h7. What kind of calmness do you need to just put your king on the rim, protect that bishop that was under attack, and eliminate knight takes bishop on e7? Really great presence of mind. And if queen d4, bishop f7, I think that Vidit, he'll be up a pawn, and he's going to have a very easy time with it.
Technically, white can restore material equality for a very brief period of time. And I'll put these moves, well, never mind. Magnus will put these moves on the board. I was going to say queen takes d4, bishop takes f7. Very important for Vidit to respond by taking that pawn with his bishop, forcing the exchange on f6. Then Magnus could take on d8 and take on b7. The thing is, in that resulting position, black's bishops are going to be so powerful, coupled with the rook on the open file, that Magnus will just sink under the weight of all the threats. Let's see if Vidit can correctly recapture on f7. Rook takes f7 was worse. Instead, an even more cold-blooded move, rook c8.
It was given a question mark, but I could see Magnus blundering at this stage because he plays bishop e3, everything is loose, so there's no bishop c5 somehow because knight takes f6 check. That's pretty huge. But actually that line continues, right? If
GF,
bishop c5, knight f6 check, gf, you can't take the queen on d8. Maybe we could bring up an analysis board show that ever so quickly that you could get fooled in such a line.
Absolutely, because after queen takes d8, I'll put this all on the board. Black plays bishop takes e3 check first, then recaptures on d8 with the rook. There was even, after knight takes f6, the avenue queen takes f6, queen c5 was winning for white. Anyways, we're past that, because instead of all this, knight takes d5, queen takes d5, much simpler line that they're going down, and bishop c5 by Vidit, forcing the trade of dark squared bishops. But it looks like Magnus is starting to improve, not even starting to improve his position. Is black even better anymore?
I don't think so, especially given the clock situation, the fact that a passed pawn sits on f7. So Vidit, he needed to be accurate, he was not, and now he needs to avoid a loss when he is 13.9 seconds on his clock.
This is ridiculous. Magnus takes these lost positions. Vidit didn't take on f7, and now not only is he regretting not taking on f7, he might never be able to take on f7 in the future because Magnus is going to cling to that pawn with his teeth.
Uh-oh, and he made a losing move. So bishop c5, rook c5, what does he want? Rook e8.
Rook e8. Rook e8, he wins! Magnus wins! How did he do that?
I was going to ask the same question. Vidit, I'm sure, is asking that. And Vidit makes a move with just 1.2 seconds, and rook h8 check, and a new queen appears.
And a bishop disappears. That's it. This is too easy. There's too many pawns for there to be any talk of a fortress. Unbelievable.
Wait, queen e6, e5?
What is this?
E5? What is this? Yo, look at Hikaru's face.
Queen f4?
Oh,
yeah, it's
man.
starting to slip. Maybe slightly careless there from Hikaru. That's why he hasn't been playing these e4, e5 actual theory. This is what he knew it would lead to.
Yeah, right. Do we call this a comeback or not, chat? Do we call this a comeback? This is 3 in a row. Where did this come back? He's winning in the bullet portion. He's winning right now in the bullet portion.
G6? Well, still not over. Maybe. Oh, I think you can just castle now. Yep. Queen e2, queen h6 is mate.
So we have to defend the pawn. How do we do this? Maybe here, here, and here. So bishop f4, bishop e5.
Oh, that's one way to do it. Yeah. And you
1, 2, 3. Literally don't even care about anything. Oh, he
Oh,
has
bishop
Queen H8.
f4. No. Bishop f4 takes it. You go rook e1, then queen
Okay.
h6, and then bishop
Oh,
e5
rook
at the
e1.
end.
Yeah.
That would have worked, but
Beautiful.
I guess
rook E1,
David
Yeah.
doesn't really see the need to take extensive risks.
Yeah, he needs to be quick though. He needs to be very quick. I mean,
Like
like,
queen
these
h6 met
games
with
need to be
bishop
quick.
f8. And Hikaru always
Oh,
finds a way
yeah.
to find chances, it feels like.
So annoying. Like, how does he sneak that little piece move in there? You little dirty dog, you. Bishop
Bishop
f8.
f8, bishop h6.
That's so annoying. Bishop d6, bishop f4, bishop f8. Try to get it off the board.
Yeah,
No,
keep
haha.
chasing. Bishop
Not gonna
f4.
trade you.
Try to get it
Haha,
off.
No trades. Rook e1, bishop f4 now is really strong. Probably need to develop the bishop.
Yeah,
which
bishop
he does.
f5.
Correct.
This is still
Very
not that
nice.
easy. I mean,
Bishop
what is the
f4.
pawn count? He's got only one pawn, but like the knight on c3 is limited.
He's also running the clock. I mean, there's a
Oh my
bishop
god, down to 10 seconds. Oh man, if he can't win this, it's brutal. Take on e2.
two. He did win 2 in a row. 92. Oh, that's a good move. Rook e1. Ugh,
Oh,
that's
so
an ugly move
tricky.
to make.
Oh no, queen
C1.
b2.
Oh man,
It's-
chances
it's
are
all
losing. It's
slipping.
equal. It's slipping, yeah. And then that's losing. Bishop e3, bishop e2.
Queen h6.
What queen f6.
But then e2 hangs at least.
Ah, you're right. You're actually right. So maybe we just take. Yeah, okay. You took.
Oh,
on
queen
e2.
h6, bishop f8. Yeah, that's more precise.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh,
easier.
this is insane.
And queen f6 is here after. Wait, queen 8. Oh yeah, you can't. Takes.
e8. Oh my gosh.
He was down a piece.
He was down a clean piece for nothing.
He was
And
down
White had a
a
pawn on
whole
f6
piece.
with an attack. But it still wasn't enough against Hikaru.
Yeah. I mean, he won 2 in a row. Like, you know, he bounced it back. Queen d2.
Queen
trades
D2 is-
everything. Yeah,
ices it.
Yep. There it is. Is that? Yeah, don't trade.
Just rook d6.
And that would have been 3 in a row.
And I feel like David's gonna go on tilt now and probably just unravel entirely.
Yeah, I'm sure he felt the comeback though. He's like, oh, 1? All right, cool. 2, I'm doing it. 3rd game winning. Like, you really are like, okay, maybe I could do this thing or make this, a little bit better. But F4.